Yes. Yeah. It's tournament time tonight from the Fairmont Senior Fieldhouse. It's the Polar Bears and the Philip Barbour Colts. And it is the Region 2, Section 1, first round game. Polar Bears, the number 1 seed. Philip Barbour, the bottom seed in the 4-team section. Polar Bears with a record of 21 wins, 1 loss. Philip Barbour at 6-15. This will be the 3rd time that these 2 teams have played this season. The Polar Bears winning the 2 earlier games by substantial margins. They won by 33 points in the first game, 66-33, and in the second game won by 56 points, 95-39. Let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight for Philip Barbour. The news isn't so good because they have 2 starters who aren't in the lineup tonight. But this is the lineup that will start. It'll be Caden Humphreys in the backcourt, a 5'9", 155-pound senior. He can really shoot the threes. Clint Oval is a senior at 5'11", 170. Also starting will be Landon Carpenter, a freshman at 5'11", 180. Malachi Poling is 6'5", 160, and he is a sophomore. And the Colts are coached by Marcus Johnson. For the Polar Bears, it'll be Zykeus Dobbs starting in the backcourt, 6'4", senior, averages 24 points a game. Andre Grant averages 14. He's 6 feet tall, 177, a senior. Jules Butler, who missed the last game because of injury, is back tonight, 5'10", 160-pound sophomore with an average of 7 points a game. Darrell Claybrook is another sophomore. He's 6 feet tall, 160. And in the middle will be Trey Cumberledge. He's a junior, 6'3", 185. He's Fairmont's leading rebounder, and he's averaging 12 points a game. Polar Bears in the white uniforms tonight, and Philip Barbour in the gray. Our officials this evening, Todd Mullinex, Doug Comer, and Hunter Given. Haven't seen Hunter Given before. He played basketball at Webster County. I understand he was a really good player. Todd Mullinex, a former athlete at North Marion, and Doug Comer, he's a good golfer from the Bridgeport area. It'll be Dobbs jumping for Fairmont and Malachi Poling going up for Philip Barbour. The ball is in the air, the tip, and the Polar Bears have it. And it is Andre Grant with it first for Fairmont Senior. And Philip Barbour starts out in a zone. They are without T.D. Bodkins and also Logan Watson. There's a three from the left wing, put up by Cumberledge, no good. Polar Bears, Claybrook rebounds, gets it out. Comes to Butler, who penetrates, bounces it left corner. Dobbs goes down the baseline, spins, gets it back now to Butler. He'll fire a three. Hits good. Jules Butler had 3 3-pointers in the first quarter, the first time these two teams played here. And he starts off with one in this game, and the Polar Bears have a 3-0 lead. Humphreys with it, getting a 5 count. He's going to need to get rid of the ball, and he does just in time to Carpenter inside. He banks it up and in good. Landon Carpenter gets the basket. Philip Barbour trails 3-2. Butler in the front court. To the top of the key now to Cumberledge. Back out to Butler, right corner Dobbs. He goes down to the baseline. A floater is good. Zykeus Dobbs floats one in, and the Polar Bears lead it 5-2. Colts with the basketball. Poling will dribble it up against Dobbs across the center line now. He's out on the right wing. Dobbs guarding him closely. Now Poling gives up the dribble and looks for help. And he tries to get it to Humphreys, but he's on the center line, so it's an over and back violation. And the turnover gives it to Fairmont Senior. First turnover of the game. Also tonight we'll be keeping up to date on the East Fairmont Grafton game from the East Gym. The winner of that game will play the winner of this game. Butler has it out on the left wing for the Polar Bears against the 2-3 Colts defense. Right corner, Dobbs has it. Cross court, left corner to Butler. He goes baseline, kicks it back out to Grant. Over in the right wing now to Claybrook. Top of the key, Grant, left wing, Butler. Butler hooks it in the corner. Dobbs has it. Dobbs back to Butler. Left wing, Grant. Grant back in the right wing now to Dobbs. Goes to the baseline, hooks it back to Claybrook. Top of the key, Butler. Left corner, Grant. Grant bounces it down to the baseline to Dobbs. In the lane to Butler. Right wing, Cumberledge. Left wing, Grant. Back to Cumberledge. Right wing, three-point shot. High off the rim and over the glass. Out of bounds to Philip Barbour. Cumberledge has become the Polar Bears' best three-point shooter this season. He's made 27 of 78. That's about 35%. Next best shooter is Jules Butler at 30%. Full court pressure against the Colts, and Humphreys gets it in the back court against Grant. He'll dribble up from right to left. Fairmont 5, Philip Barbour 2. Humphreys across the center line. Moves around to screen on the right wing. Now drives down the wing all the way for the layup, and he puts it in good. Nice move by Caden Humphreys, got by Grant, and scores. Bears up by 1. Cumberledge top of the key. Left corner Butler. Butler back outside to Grant. Right wing Claybrook bounces it to Grant, top of the key. Grant gets it back to Dobbs. Dobbs hits Grant, top of the key. He'll take a long distance three, and it is good. Andre Grant gets the Polar Bears' second three of the night, and the Polar Bears have an 8-4 lead. Grant's 16th three-point basket of the season. Humphreys drives down to the right wing, gets it in the right corner to Malachi Poling. Poling crosses over against Dobbs, loses the ball. Zykeus picks it up. Down court to Butler, 2-on-2. Butler zooms past his defender, and a whistle and a foul is called, and Jules Butler will go to the foul line. Personal goes to Clint Oval, his first, and Butler at the line to the right with 2 shots on the season. Butler hasn't had too many free throw opportunities. 14 of 23, that's 61%. First one rolls off the rim, no good. You take a look at Butler, he's shot 23 free throws. And Zykeus Dobbs, 198. Second shot by Butler is good. And the Polar Bears have a 9-4 lead. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, and Humphreys dribbles up against double-team pressure. Into the front court, throws it into the cheerleaders in front of the stage, out of bounds to Fairmont Senior. Third Philip Barbour turnover, and the Polar Bears get the ball. Up by 5, 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Here's Dobbs across the center line. Dobbs top of the key. Around a Grant screen to the right wing. Bounces it down low to Cumberledge. Cumberledge spots up from about 8 feet out and scores. Trey Cumberledge gets the basket, his first. Polar Bears 11. Philip Barbour 4. Poling into the front court. Deep left corner to Oval for a three. Over the rim, rebound Cumberledge. Polar Bears race into the front court. Cumberledge ahead to Butler. Butler down to the baseline. In the lane, tries to get it inside. It's knocked loose. Dobbs gets it. Puts one up off the rim and down through. Good. Right in front of the basket. Dobbs has 4. Polar Bears have a 13-4 lead with 4:20 to go here in the first quarter. Humphreys in the backcourt. One hands a pass to Poling on the right wing. Poling gives up the dribble, needs help. Gets it over now to Humphreys. Humphreys double team. Back now to Poling, top of the key. Poling against Dobbs. Stops from 15. Dobbs blocks his shot. Rebound Butler. Up it comes to Dobbs into the front court to Grant. Down to the baseline. Stops. Feeds Butler. Cutting down towards the basket. Back to Grant in the corner. Andre right on the sideline. And he turns it over back to Philip Barbour. Chris Wilson comes into the Fairmont lineup for Grant with 3:55 to go. Wilson played all 32 minutes of the last game. First time he's ever done that for the Polar Bears. He was playing in place of the injured Jules Butler. In it comes to Carpenter. Back now on the right wing. There is a three-point shot put up, no good. Dobbs has the rebound, and that was Webster with the shot into the front court. Wilson has it for the Polar Bears. Out to Claybrook. Down low it comes. Knocked loose, and Claybrook loses it. It's stolen away by Webster. Down to Humphreys. Humphreys in the front court to Scola. Grant Scola. It's Webster. Down inside. He turns. He shoots. No good. And Cumberledge rebounds. He'll bring it up court himself. From left to right. Gets it to Dobbs around his man. Feeds Cumberledge cutting to the basket, but he can't get to the pass. Tries to bat it loose. And a whistle and a foul is going to go against the Polar Bears. Trey Cumberledge. Cumberledge trying to get the loose ball, commits the foul, and there's a timeout called by Fairmont. 3:20 to go, first quarter. The score, the Fairmont Polar Bears 13, Philip Barbour 4 on Fun 93.1.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
Philip Barbour has the ball, down by 9. 3:20 to go here in the first quarter. The Colts, big underdogs anyway, playing without 2 starters tonight. Humphreys in the backcourt against double team pressure, gets it over to Webster. Webster down court, gets it in the front court to Oval. Right corner to Scola, down inside to Humphreys, dribbles under the basket and then comes back outside with it. Humphreys guarded by Dobbs. Back to the top of the key now. Webster's pass overplayed by Claybrook. He'll drive for the layup from the left side and put it in. Scola loses the ball, picked up by Claybrook, and Claybrook lays it in. And a timeout called by the Colts. 2:53 to go, first quarter. The score, Fairmont 15, Philip Barbour 4 on Fun 93.1.
1965, the team at City Construction has been an industry leader in all facets of construction, shaping the West Virginia landscape with some of the most recognizable commercial projects throughout the state. As one of the largest general contractors in north central West Virginia, our outstanding record of quality workmanship and personal service is here for your next project. Call our team of experts today.
Give us the opportunity to design build your next project. City Construction Company, West Virginia proud since 1965.
Andre Grant gets a steal in the front court. Shoots no good, but there's Cumberledge with a rebound and the follow, and the Polar Bears have a 17-4 lead. The Colts struggling against the Polar Bear pressure here in the first quarter. There's a high pass right in front of me, and there's a steal by Cumberledge. Back the other way. Cumberledge to Dobbs. Dobbs tries to get it to Grant, overthrows him out of bounds. Out of bounds to Philip Barbour. Talon Stout into the game for the Colts now. trying to get it in play, and he does. He gets it in to Humphreys. Humphreys against Butler in the backcourt. Will dribble it up. Dobbs ready to get double team pressure on him when he crosses the center line. Now he's double teamed from the other side. Right corner with it. Stout. His pass overplayed. Stolen by Claybrook. He has another steal. He has another layup. And the Polar Bears lead it 19-4. Claybrook with 4 points. Polar Bears with 1:50 to go in the first quarter have a 15-point lead. Humphreys with it. And he has it knocked loose by Dobbs. Loose on the floor. Dobbs sends it down court to Cumberledge. He drives inside, scores, and he's fouled. Dobbs from his back gets the assist to Cumberledge. And he'll go to the line looking for the three-point play. Zacchaeus could have just gotten it to Grant, but he wanted to get it down the court on the steal to Cumberledge, who laid it in and was fouled by Webster. Cumberledge shooting 1 at the line to the right and on the season. 63% from the foul line. Last game, Cumberledge was 1 for 1. The game before that, 6 for 6. And the game before that, 1 for 6. Free throw is good. Polar Bears lead 22-4. Front court Webster. Webster drives into the lane against Cumberledge. Puts it up and in good. Webster hits it, and Fairmont leads 22-6. The ball knocked out of bounds in the front court, and the Polar Bears will get it. Wilson ready to check back into the Fairmont lineup for Cumberledge with 1:23 to go. He had originally come in for Grant a few minutes ago. And Butler will bring it in play from the sidelines in the front court. Butler gets it to Dobbs on the right wing to Grant. Grant back to Dobbs, top of the key. Zacchaeus retreats, brings it back to the top of the key now with 1:13 to go in the first quarter, and the Polar Bears up 22-6. Right corner Butler gets it. Top of the key Grant. Left corner Dobbs goes down to the baseline, puts one up from 8 feet out, rolls off the rim, no good. Rebound hits the floor, and it's picked up by the Colts. Webster out of traffic, down court to Poling. Poling down the far sidelines, can't hang on to the ball, and it's out of bounds to Fairmont. Grant was heading in to apply defensive pressure on Poling along the sidelines and just had trouble getting to it in time, and it goes out of bounds to Fairmont Senior. So less than a minute to go in the first quarter. The Polar Bears lead at 22-6. Dobbs across the center line, down to the right wing. Colts in a 2-3. Left corner Butler in the lane to Wilson, back outside to Grant. Right wing Dobbs. Dobbs hits Butler. Butler back to Dobbs. Zacchaeus tries to get it inside, throws it away. And it's out of bounds to the Colts with 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. Philip Barbour with the ball now, and Humphreys brings it up. Humphreys, outstanding football player for the Colts postseason team this year, made it to the playoffs. Guarded by Grant. Gets some separation now. 12 seconds to go. Humphreys will shoot from anywhere. He takes it to the right wing, down to the baseline against Wilson. Right corner three-point shot, air ball. Rebound controlled by Butler with 1 second to go. Butler fires it down court, and that's the end of the first quarter from the Fairmont Fieldhouse. It's the Polar Bears 22, Philip Barbour 6 on Fun 93.1.
Hi, my name's Zach Frazier, and I'm from Fairmont, West Virginia. And when I'm back at home in Fairmont, you'll find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that golden boot pride at Parmar. There are literally hundreds of Parmar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Parmar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Parmar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
Ready for the second quarter from the Fairmont Fieldhouse, and over on the other side of the river, East Fairmont has just finished its first quarter, and the Bees and the Grafton Bearcats are tied at 11. The winner of that game plays the winner of this game. If the Polar Bears win, it'll be on this floor. Colts with the basketball to start the second quarter. Polar Bears have Grant, Wilson, Claybrook, Dobbs, and Cumberledge in the game. That means Butler's getting a break. Outside with it is Humphreys for the Colts. Now Wilson comes up to pressure him just a little. Ball comes on the right wing. Oval gets it. Oval back to Carpenter, top of the key. Carpenter, just a sophomore, on the right wing to another sophomore, Malachi Poling. Poling against Grant. Spins down to the wing. Grant cuts him off. Now he tries it again. Gets into the paint. Puts that up from 15. It's good. Malachi Poling. Nice move. Nice shot. Colts trail 22-8. Front court, Claybrook. Right wing, Dobbs. Zykeas penetrates. Gets it off in the left corner to Grant. He'll take a three from there. High off the rim. Rebound, Cumberledge. Follows it up from right under the basket. It's good. Cumberledge hits the basket. Polar Bears lead 24-8. We played 1 minute of the second quarter. Colts with the ball. Humphreys with it. Fairmont senior. Man-to-man defense now. Long three by Humphreys on the wing. Rolls out, no good. Rebound controlled inside. Colts have it. Poling tries three from the wing. No good. Rebound. Polar Bears, Cumberledge. Cumberledge will bring it up court. He gets it to Butler. Over to Claybrook. Over now to Wilson. Wilson outside. Grant, right corner, Claybrook for a three. It's good. Darrell Claybrook gets the three-point basket. He has 7 points on the season. That's his 5th three-point basket. Polar Bears lead 27-8. And the ball tossed out of bounds out to the Polar Bears along the sidelines in front of the Fairmont bench. Darrell Claybrook, three-point shooting hasn't been his strength this season. Shooting just 17% from three-point range, but he nailed that one. And the Polar Bears lead it 27-8. Dobbs across the timeline. Around a Grant screen, down to the right wing. Gets it back to Grant. Grant to Claybrook. Claybrook back to Grant. Touch pass to Dobbs. Right corner, Wilson. Wilson back outside to Dobbs on the wing. Dobbs feeds it down inside under the basket, intending it for Claybrook. Out of bounds, and it'll be out of bounds to the Colts. Wilson checks out of the Fairmont lineup. Butler back in. 5:57 to go, second quarter. Polar Bears with a 27-8 lead. East Fairmont and Grafton tied at 11 starting the second quarter over on the east side. Humphreys with it on the left wing against Claybrook. Drives down the wing, tries to lay it up. Claybrook blocks his shot out of bounds, out to Philip Barbour. Nice defense by Darrell Claybrook as Humphreys tried to take him to the basket. Ball belongs to the Colts under their basket now. Webster throws it away. Stolen by Butler. Butler down court 2-on-1. Gets it to Grant. Grant to Butler. Butler lays it up. It's good. Butler gets the basket. Grant the assist. Fairmont leads it 29-8. 5:23 remaining until halftime. North Marion not playing tonight. The Huskies have a bye in their section. It's a 3-team section, and they have a bye in the first game. Right wing. Oval has it for the Colts. Oval guarded by Claybrook. Takes it to the right wing. Gets it deep right corner to Carpenter for a three. It's short. Rebound controlled by Claybrook. Out it comes to Cumberledge. Cumberledge tries to take it in and slam it, but he missed. And the rebound tipped around, and the Colts have it. Colts with it. Humphreys into the front court. He's driving all the way in, and his shot blocked by Dobbs. Saved by Dobbs, but out of bounds to the Polar Bears. Dobbs gets a block and saves the ball off Humphreys, and the Polar Bears get it with 4:47 left here in the second quarter. So the Polar Bears have the basketball in the back court. Good night so far for Cumberledge. He has 9 points. Claybrook has 7. And Durrell has the top of the key. Right wing to Butler. Butler, top of the key to Dobbs. Dobbs bounces it over now to Grant. Down inside to Dobbs under the basket. He's double teamed down there. And he feeds it perfectly to Cumberledge right in front of the glass, and he scores. Cumberledge gets the basket. Fairmont leads 31-8. Here's Webster into the front court. Ball knocked loose, stolen by Grant. Grant down court. 1-on-2. Feeds it to the trailing Cumberledge. A 10-foot fadeaway shot is good. Cumberledge scores his 13th point. Timeout called by the Colts. Timeout Philip Barbour. 4:07 to go, second quarter. Fairmont 33, Philip Barbour 8 on Fun 93.1.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99. Or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup. Come fill up on favorites without emptying your wallet. Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
Polar Bears led 22-6 at the end of the first quarter. It's now 33-8 midway through the second, and the Colts have the basketball, Poling with it at the top of the key. The ball comes on the right wing. It's taken by Stout. Stout passes inside, knocked down, stolen by Claybrook, and a whistle and a foul is called. Personal goes against Philip Barbour. And it's going to be called against Patrick Webster, his second. So the Polar Bears get the ball on the turnover with 3:51 to go here in the second quarter, and Fairmont up 33-8. Dobbs across the center line. Zykeas has just 4 points in the first half of this game. Averages 24. Left wing Grant gets it down to the baseline. It's Cumberledge. He hits Claybrook, cutting through the lane. Back now to Cumberledge in the corner. Top of the key to Grant, outside to Dobbs. Dobbs drives down to the wing, pulls up from 12. He shoots, it's good. Zykeas Dobbs has 6 points, and the Polar Bears lead 35-8. 3:20 to go in the first half. Pulling across the center line, pulling against Dobbs. Getting a 5 count, dribbles off his foot, but maintains possession of the ball. Drives down to the foul line, now needs help. Bounces it back outside on the left wing. It's taken by Oval. Oval outside to Webster. Webster drives in against Cumberledge. Bobbles the ball, gets it back, shoots from 12, no good. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Claybrook, saved nicely to Dobbs. Into the front court. Here's Grant driving inside. His shot blocked from behind by Poling, out of bounds to the Polar Bears. So Poling getting a nice defensive play for Philip Barbour with the block, and Fairmont will be in possession of the ball under its basket. It comes left corner to Butler. Back now to Dobbs. Back to Butler in the corner. Top of the key, Grant. Grant. Back now to Butler. Back to Andre. Grant for a 3-point shot off the front of the rim. No good. Dobbs snatches the rebound, and he puts it in. Dobbs has 8 points. Fairmont leads at 37-8. 2:34 to go. Zykeas so often right there under the basket for the missed shots to put it right back up and in. Outside with it now is Caden Humphreys. Humphreys sends it over to Webster on the left wing. He loses the ball. Claybrook has another steal. He'll drive down inside for the layup. Banks it in good. Darrell Claybrook gets the basket for the Polar Bears. He has 9, and the Polar Bears lead it 39-8. Colts with the ball in the front court now. Humphreys hands it off to Poling. Poling against Cumberledge out on the left wing. Now tries to penetrate. Gets down to the left corner. Puts one up from 10. No good. Butler gets to the rebound. In the front court. Lead pass to Grant. Grant driving for the basket. Step around move. Puts it off the rim. No good. There's Dobbs with a rebound. Dobbs in front of the basket. Spin. Shoots no good. Gets another rebound. And puts this one in. Dobbs has 10. Fairmont leads at 41-8. 1:37 to go. And the Colts have the basketball. Philip Barbour 6 and 15 coming into this game tonight, and playing without 2 starters against the team you've lost to by 33 and 56. A 3 by Humphreys is no good, but there's Webster with a rebound under the basket, and he follows it in, and he's fouled. So Webster has a chance to get the three-point play after Humphreys missed the three-point shot. Cumberledge gets his second foul. And at the line, Patrick Webster, he has 2 baskets tonight, 4 points. Webster, just a sophomore. Not typically a starter for the Colts. And his free throw is good. So he has 5, and the Polar Bear lead is 41-11. Fairmont with the basketball in the front court now. Grant over to Butler. We're down to 1:13 to go. Colts extending their zone now in a 1-3-1. Here's Butler, right corner. Cumberledge back outside to Butler. Cumberledge gets it in the corner. Left wing Grant. Grant down to the baseline to Dobbs. Looks for a cutter in the lane. Nobody there. Back to Grant. Feeds it to Butler, who's in the lane. Back now to Claybrook. Right corner Cumberledge. Cumberledge back to Butler. Deep right corner. Three-point shot. It's good. Jules Butler has his second three. And he has 9 points tonight. And the Polar Bears lead 44-11 with 40 seconds to go in the half. Humphreys across the timeline. Humphreys guarded by Grant. Not close enough to get a 5 count. The ball comes over to Poling with 28 seconds to go. Dobbs guarding him. Takes it down to the left wing. Gives up the dribble. Now needs help. 18 seconds to go. Back to the basket. Poling now called for a 5-second violation. Dobbs providing the pressure. And with 16 seconds to go, the Polar Bears have the ball, leading 44-11. Comes into Dobbs. Dobbs, right wing Grant. Grant to Dobbs, top of the key, 12. Right corner Cumberledge, right wing Grant. 8 seconds to go. Over to Butler. Grant gets it, right corner Dobbs, a 3 from the corner. Air ball, rebound pulled down by Carpenter. Stolen away by Butler, but he steps on the baseline. It's out of bounds to the Colts with 0.2 showing on the clock. So the Colts will have it out of bounds under the Polar Bear basket, and it comes into Oval, and that is the end of the first half. Lopsided first half in this first-round sectional game from the Fairmont Senior Fieldhouse. The halftime score, the Fairmont Polar Bears 44, the Philip Barbour Colts 11 on Fun 93.1.
I'm Keith Powell, and going on right now is my Keith Says Yes Fest. I'm saying yes to lowering your payments, yes to your trade-in, regardless of condition, miles, even if you're still making payments. My Keith Says Yes credit approval process helps me say yes, you're approved. So if you want new Chevys, yes. New Fords, yes. Lifetime warranty, yes. Come see me, Keith Powell at Yes Chevy in Hurricane and Yes Ford in Huntington.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Hi, this is Meredith Mayer from Fairmont, West Virginia, and when I'm back home, you can find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that thundering herd pride at your local Parmar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Parmar app for even more savings and sign up for the Parmar Rewards Card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall and we are Parmar stores.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
Since 1965, the team at City Construction has been an industry leader in all facets of construction, shaping the West Virginia landscape with some of the most recognizable commercial projects throughout the state. As one of the largest general contractors in north central West Virginia, our outstanding record of quality workmanship and personal service is here for your next project. Call our team of experts today.
Give us the opportunity to design build your next project. City Construction Company, West Virginia proud since 1965.
It's halftime at the Fairmont Senior Fieldhouse, and this game is going pretty much as expected. The Polar Bears big favorites in this game. We've already played the Colts twice. Both were lopsided wins, 66-33 and 95-39. And the 95-39 was the more recent game, and it was the game when the Colts had their players. The first time the Polar Bears played them, T.D. Bodkins was not available. Tonight he's not available, and it makes a big difference when he is gone. And also Logan Watson, who's their point guard, he's also out. So this Colts team, which is the bottom seed in this section, going up against the top seed without two starters, that's just a little bit too much to ask of this Philip Barbour team, and they trail big time 44-11 here at halftime. On the Fairmont side, you just look at the way the book looks and you see just a bunch of guys scoring a bunch of points. It's not been one or two. The book has two players already in double figures for the Polar Bears and two on the verge. And you look at some of these. In fact, Jules Butler coming off an injury. He's already scored 9 points tonight. And Butler has not been a big scorer for the Polar Bears this season. In fact, his high game is 13, certainly on track to maybe eclipse that. And Darrell Claybrook is another one. He's not been a big scorer, although he's been a key contributor, averages in single digits, about 7 points a game. But he's had a great first half. He has 9. And then there's Trey Cumberledge, who's really seen his offense really improve in the last half of the season. He's scoring a lot more. And that's the case as well as he leads both teams in scoring. We'll go over all of the first half stats here in just a few moments. I wanted to keep you up to date on what's going on in sectional play tonight. Of course, East Fairmont and Grafton are playing at halftime, and East Fairmont is leading 23-21. The Bearcats a 3 seed, East Fairmont a 2 seed, but that's a tight game at the half. You know, Grafton's they've got some capable players, and East Fairmont doesn't want to fall victim to an upset. You know, last year the Bees were 1 win away from the state basketball tournament, but they were upset by Elkins in the regional qualifier, didn't get to go. Certainly East doesn't want its fine season to go by the wayside in a loss in a first-round sectional game. The last time, by the way, the Polar Bears lost in the first round of the sectionals, I was just a kid. It was 2009, March 4th, 2009, the last time the Polar Bears lost in a first-round sectional game. East Fairmont not losing tonight, but they're in a tight one at home, 23-21 at the half. We'll certainly keep up to date on that one. I mentioned earlier North Marion is not playing. The Huskies have a bye and will play the winner of Oak Glen at Weir. That game is going on tonight. North Marion, even though it's a Marion County school, is not in the same section as East and Fairmont Senior. They moved out a few years ago. They are actually in Region 1, and the Polar Bears and the Bees are in Region 2. And Grafton at East Fairmont tonight, Philip Barbour here. The other two games in our region, Lincoln at Liberty and Elkins at RCB. The way that works is the same as it does here. The two winners, the Lincoln Liberty winner, will play the Elkins RCB winner. Liberty and RCB are the top seeds in that section. So that's what's going on around our area. And in the southern part of the state, you might wonder, well, what's going on with Shady Spring? What are they doing? Well, the Tigers are in Region 3, and they are playing at home tonight against Independence. Also in their section, Pikeview and Midland Trail. When we come back, it'll be time to check the first half stats as halftime continues from the Fairmont Fieldhouse. The score, the Fairmont Polar Bears 44, the Philip Barbour Colts 11 on Fun 93.1.
I'm Keith Powell, and going on right now is my Keith Says Yes Fest. I'm saying yes to lowering your payments, yes to your trade-in, regardless of condition, miles, even if you're still making payments. My Keith Says Yes credit approval process helps me say yes, you're approved. So if you want new Chevys, yes. New Fords, yes. Lifetime warranty, yes. Come see me, Keith Powell at Yes Chevy in Hurricane and Yes Ford in Huntington.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Hi, this is Meredith Mayer from Fairmont, West Virginia, and when I'm back home, you can find me at my local Parmar store.
We have that thundering herd pride at your local Parmar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Parmar app for even more savings and sign up for the Parmar Rewards Card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall, and we are Parmar Stores.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
Since 1965, the team at City Construction has been an industry leader in all facets of construction, shaping the West Virginia landscape with some of the most recognizable commercial projects throughout the state. As one of the largest general contractors in north central West Virginia, our outstanding record of quality workmanship and personal service is here for your next project. Call our team of experts today.
Give us the opportunity to design build your next project. City Construction Company, West Virginia proud since 1965.
We're nearing the end of halftime at the Fairmont Fieldhouse. The Polar Bears leading 44-11 over Philip Barbour. Let's check the first half stats. For the Colts, leading the way, Patrick Webster, 2 baskets, 1 for 1 at the line, 5. Malachi Poling, 1 basket, 2. Landon Carpenter, 1 basket, 2. And Caden Humphreys, 1 basket, 2. On the Fairmont side, Trey Cumberledge has 6 field goals, 1 for 1 at the line, 13. Zykeus Dobbs, 10 points on 5 baskets. 9 points for Darrell Claybrook on 3 twos and 1 3. Jules Butler has 9 points. He did it a different way, though. He has 2 threes and 1 2, and 1 for 2 at the foul line. And Andre Grant has a 3-point basket. Team totals, Fairmont with 15 twos, Philip Barbour with 5. The Polar Bears have hit 4 3-point baskets, Philip Barbour none. At the foul line, Fairmont 2 for 3, the Colts 1 for 1. Fairmont leads 44-11. The Polar Bears 22 points in the first quarter. The Colts 6. In the second quarter, Fairmont had 22 again. The Colts 5. Philip Barbour started the season 3-2, but since that time they've gone 3-13, and they came into this game with a record of 6-15. Polar Bears only lost this season coming against East Fairmont. The interesting thing about that is if the Bees win tonight at home and the Polar Bears continue to win this game, then those two teams will play on the same court where the Bees beat the Polar Bears just a few weeks ago. The only loss for Fairmont Senior. We start the second half. The Polar Bears have the basketball in the front court. Shooting at the stage end of the field house here. The basket to my left. Comes to Dobbs, who goes through the lane, lays it up in front of the basket, and it rolls in good. Dobbs has 12. Fairmont leads 46-11. Colts with the basketball. East Fairmont leading Grafton. Halftime there, 23-21. Outside with it, Carpenter. His pass stolen away by Dobbs. He's driving for the basket from the right side. He lays it up. It's good. Dobbs with a steal and a basket. He has 14 now, and Fairmont has a 48-11 lead. Colts polling into the front court against Dobbs. Takes it to the right wing. Now tries to penetrate. Dobbs cuts him off. Back outside it comes to Humphreys. Humphreys against Grant. Launches a long 3-point basket. It's good. Caden Humphreys gets his first 3, and the Colts trail 48-14. Butler in the right corner, outside to Dobbs. Dobbs looks inside, gets it down low to Cumberledge in front of the basket, puts it up no good off the glass, but he's fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. You could see the defender had his hand on the shirt of Cumberledge as Trey made his turn. That was Grant Scola. Scola gets charged with a foul, and Cumberledge shoots 2. 1 for 1 from the line tonight. And he's made 6 straight free throws over the past 2 games. First one is up, and it's no good. Polar Bears have a 48-14 lead. Second shot coming for Cumberledge at the line to the left, and it is good. So Trey has 14 points, and the Colts have the ball now, down 49-14. Bowling into the front court. Bowling crosses over, out on the right wing. Now tries to drive, pulls up from 18, shoots no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds to Philip Barbour. Butler couldn't hang on to it, and it goes out of bounds. Colts will get it in play under their basket. Oval to toss it in, and he sends it out on the left wing to Poling. Too far out to shoot. Dobbs guarding him. Poling retreats almost to the center line. Dribbles down to the right wing, to the baseline, stops, puts one up. Dobbs blocks his shot. Dobbs has the rebound. Outlet comes to Claybrook. Down court to Grant. Grant almost loses the ball in the lane. Now he's tied up. Alternate possession will give the basketball to the Colts, so it'll be a Fairmont turnover. Philip Barbour gets the ball, and the Colts trail 49-14. Caden Humphreys will dribble up from left to right. He'll be picked up by Grant. Polar Bears man-to-man. Humphreys, long distance three-point shot off the back of the rim. Rebound Oval, and he gets it back to Humphreys. Humphreys against Grant. Deep right corner. Three-point shot put up short. Rebound Cumberledge. Cumberledge gets it to Dobbs. Dobbs will bring it up from right to left. Sykeas drives down through the lane. Now tries to throw it off, and it's stolen by Humphreys. Down court, Oval drives for the basket and lays it in. Oval gets the basket. Humphreys the assist. Polar Bears lead 49-16. Butler down to the baseline, sees an opening, goes down the baseline and is fouled. Foul called against Malachi Poling. His first, ball out of bounds to the Polar Bears. Webster replaces Poling. And Butler will bring it in play from under the Fairmont basket. Lobs it out to Dobbs, back to the basket. Now he spins, lays it up, scores, and he's fouled. Dobbs gets the basket. He'll go to the line looking for the three-point play. Humphreys called for the foul, and Dobbs goes to the line looking for the three-point play. First time Dobbs has been at the foul line tonight. He's now up to 70% at the line, and his free throw is good. Sykeas has shot 84% from the foul line in his last 10 games. Fairmont leads 52-16. Into the front court, Webster dribbles into the corner, now down to the baseline. Dobbs blocks his shot, gets the rebound. Outlet pass comes to Claybrook. Claybrook is bumped by Humphreys in the front court. Humphreys picks up his second, and the ball is out of bounds to the Polar Bears in their front court with 5:24 to go in the third quarter, and Fairmont leading 52-16. Lob comes down under the basket to Dobbs. He just lays it up and scores. Butler gets an assist. Dobbs another basket. Sykeas has 9 points here in the third quarter, and the Polar Bears have scored 10. Here's Humphreys out on the right wing against Grant. Top of the key. Now gives up the dribble. Needs help. His pass knocked down by Grant, out of bounds to Philip Barbour. The Colts will bring it in play in front of the scorer's table. Hunter Given, the official, gives the ball to Oval. And Oval gets it to Humphreys. Humphreys against Grant. Back outside to Oval. Oval on the right wing, guarded by Butler. Takes it down to the baseline, tries to squeeze down inside, and he loses the ball out of bounds. Out of bounds to Fairmont with 4:46 to go. Polar Bears have the ball. Dobbs quickly in the front court to Claybrook. He goes down the baseline, feeds it into Cumberledge. Under the basket, he lays it in. Cumberledge gets the basket. Claybrook the assist, and Fairmont leads it 56-16. Here's Humphreys in the front court for Philip Barbour. 4:28 to go. Fairmont has a 56-16 lead. Humphreys open, decides to take a long three. Short side of the rim, no good. And Butler has the rebound. Outlet to Grant. Grant into the front court, down to the left wing. He'll stop from 17. It's good. Andre Grant hits the basket. He has 5. Fairmont leads at 58-16 with 4:09 to go in the third quarter from Fairmont. Deep right corner. With it is Carpenter. Carpenter gets it on the right wing, 17 feet out. His shot is no good. Dobbs gets the rebound. Good inside position. He'll dribble it up. Now pass it down court to Butler. He has an opening to the basket. Puts it up off the glass. No good. But Cumberledge follows it in. Cumberledge hits the basket on the follow-up. Timeout Colts. 3:45 to go, third quarter. Fairmont Senior 60, Philip Barbour 16 on Fun 93.1.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
I'm Keith Powell, and going on right now is my Keith Says Yes Fest. I'm saying yes to lowering your payments, yes to your trade-in, regardless of condition, miles, even if you're still making payments. My Keith Says Yes credit approval process helps me say yes, you're approved. So if you want new Chevys, yes. New Fords, yes. Lifetime warranty, yes. Come see me, Keith Powell at Yes Chevy in Hurricane and Yes Ford in Huntington.
Philip Barbour has the basketball. The Polar Bears the big lead. It's 60-16 in this first round sectional game from the Fairmont Fieldhouse. Polar Bears will have home court advantage on Friday night for the sectional final. Humphreys passes on the left wing. Stout gets it. Stout against Claybrook. Sends it down inside, stolen away by Cumberledge. Down court to Grant. Grant gets around Stout. He'll drive all the way for the layup and put it in. Andre Grant gets another basket. Fairmont leads it 62-16, 3:13 to go. Third quarter. Front court with it is Humphreys. Humphreys pass stolen away by Cumberledge. He drives in, two-hand slam. Trey Cumberledge, steal, slam dunk, and the Polar Bears lead at 64-16. Just inside 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Humphreys right wing. Webster for a three-point shot. It's good. Webster hits it, and it's 64-19. Fairmont leads. Right wing Claybrook. Back outside to Grant. 17 feet out. His shot is off the rim. No good. Rebound pulled down by Webster. Webster into the front court from left to right. Takes it down to the right wing. Butler picks him up. Webster now looks inside, gets it in the right corner, tries to hit Oval along the sidelines. The ball goes out of bounds to the Polar Bears. Subs coming in. Kalen Barker checks in for Darrell Claybrook for Fairmont Senior. And Chris Wilson also coming in. He'll come in for Jules Butler with 2:22 to go in the third quarter. Fairmont leading 64-19. So Dobbs will dribble the ball up against the Colts 2-3 zone. Dobbs top of the key. Right wing Grant. Deep right corner to Wilson. Wilson brings it back outside top of the key to Cumberledge. Cumberledge left wing Dobbs. Dobbs down to the baseline. Spins inside. Has the ball knocked out of his hand. Stolen away. Picked up by Stout. Stout drives down to the left wing. Brings it back out on an underhand dribble. Almost loses the ball, but there's Webster to pick it up. Webster drives down to the right wing. In traffic, puts it up, no good. And rebound Dobbs. Down court to Cumberledge. Cumberledge drives under the basket, lays it up left-handed and scores. Trey Cumberledge hits the basket for the Polar Bears. Fairmont leads at 66-19 with 1:38 to go. Third quarter from Fairmont. First round sectional game. And offensive foul called, illegal screen, Patrick Webster. And that is his third. So the Polar Bears have the ball now. Oval returns for the Colts. Out goes Humphreys. 1:31 to go. Wilson will bring the ball in play from the backcourt. He gets it into Dobbs. Dobbs across the center line. Picked up by Oval. Bounce pass right wing to Grant. Grant right corner Barker. Barker fakes a move down the baseline. No look pass to Cumberledge, and he lays it in. Cumberledge from Barker, and the Polar Bears have a 68-19 lead. Bowling with it at the top of the key. Bowling drives down to the left wing, 17 feet out, shoots no good. Webster tries to follow, and he's fouled, and will go to the line to shoot two. Chris Wilson gets the foul for the Polar Bears. And Webster goes to the line. He's the leading scorer for the Colts tonight. He has 8 points. He'll shoot 2 at the line to the right. Webster, just a sophomore. First foul shot is up and maybe grazed the front of the rim, but it's no good. He'll shoot 1 more. Polar Bear lineup. Barker, Wilson, Cumberledge, Claybrook, Grant, and there's Dobbs on the rebound of the second missed shot. He hits Grant along the right corner. Back outside it comes now to Wilson. Over to Barker. Barker brings it back outside to Wilson. Wilson down to Dobbs. Dobbs goes baseline. It's good, and he's fouled. Dobbs gets another basket. He'll go to the line looking for the three-point play. Foul called against Talon Stout. 70-19. The Polar Bears have the lead. 21 points for Dobbs. He'll try to make it 22 at the line to the left, and it rolls out. No good. And the Colts have the ball. They'll bring it up court inside a minute to go in the third quarter. Polar Bears lead 70-19. Down inside, Poling. Deep left corner, Scola for a 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by Cumberledge. Outlet to Dobbs. Dobbs in the front court. Drives down inside, goes for the basket, lays it up short, and on the rebound, a whistle and a foul is called. Grant Scola picks up the foul. Dobbs at the line, shoots 2. First one up off the front of the rim, no good. He'll shoot 1 more. 21 points for Zykeus Dobbs. His playing time in this game going to be limited once we hit the fourth quarter. Second free throw is good. The Polar Bears lead 71-19. 28 seconds to go in the quarter. Barker and Wilson outside for the Polar Bears defensively. Fairmont in a zone. Dobbs, Grant, and Cumberledge down low. Ball comes deep right corner to Oval with 15 seconds to go. Top of the key to Poling. Down to 10. Poling crosses over, pulls up from 16, shoots off the right side of the rim, no good. Rebound Poling, tries to get it in the corner, and it's out of bounds, out to the Polar Bears with 4.3 seconds to go. Dobbs to get it in. He gets it to Cumberledge. 3 seconds, and Cumberledge stepped on the sideline, so it turns right back over to the Colts with 2.5 seconds to go. Oval get it in, and he gets it into Webster. 1 second. Webster puts it up. It goes in, but it was just after the buzzer. Does not count. After 3 quarters from the Fairmont Fieldhouse, it's the Fairmont Polar Bears 71. Philip Barbour 19 on Fun 93.1.
Hi, this is Meredith Mayer from Fairmont, West Virginia, and when I'm back home, you can find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that thundering herd pride at your local Parmar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Parmar app for even more savings and sign up for the Parmar Rewards Card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall, and we are Parmar stores.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99, or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup. Come fill up on favorites without emptying your wallet. Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
Into the fourth quarter now. The Polar Bears, 5 new players in the game with a big lead. It comes in the left corner to Barker. Barker dribbles back outside, gets it to Damani Johnson. Johnson passes back to Wilson. Wilson to Blasher. 16 feet out. It's good. Matt Blasher hits the basket for the Polar Bears, and Fairmont leads it 73-19. Blasher has scored. That's his third and fourth points of the night of his career. Right wing, there's Webster. Turnaround shot from about 12 feet out. It's good. Webster hits it. Bears lead 73-21. Wilson brings it back outside. Wilson top of the key to Cooper. Right wing, Barker penetrates. Now goes for the basket. Reverse layup. No good. Right rebound tipped around and controlled by the Colts. Comes into the front court now. With it is Humphreys. Right wing, Oval. Webster, long distance three from the corner. It's good. Patrick Webster on fire here in the second half. And the Colts trail 73-24. Barker down to the right wing with a between the legs dribble. Back outside to Johnson. Bounce pass left wing for Blasher. Mishandles it, but Wilson picks it up, goes under the basket, gets it back to Cooper. Three, right wing, off the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Webster. Into the front court for the Colts. Takes it from left to right into the right corner. Shoots from 16. Air ball, rebound, Cooper, outlet Johnson. Johnson down the far sidelines. It's a 3-on-3. Johnson under the basket to Wilson. He banks it up off the glass. It's good. Chris Wilson gets the basket for the Polar Bears. And Fairmont leads it 75-24. For Wilson, just his 9th point of the season for the Polar Bears. Out on the right wing with it, Oval. 6 minutes to go in the game. East Fairmont has taken the lead in the third quarter, midway through, up by 6 now over Grafton. Humphreys against Barker. Takes him down to the baseline. Under the basket, puts it up, no good, but a foul called on the Polar Bears. Kalen Barker, that will be his first. That'll send Humphreys to the foul line. He has 5 points tonight. First trip to the line, and he rolls this one in good. Jayton Morrison comes into the lineup for the Colts. And out of the game, Malachi Poling. The free throw, no good. And the rebound pulled down by the Polar Bears. Into the front court, Johnson gets it. Johnson tries to get a pass inside. It's knocked down, stolen away by Oval. Oval against Barker, takes it to the basket, misses the shot. Rebound Blasher, back the other way from right to left. It's a 3-on-2. Cooper on the right wing. Out on the right wing it comes to Wilson. His floater, off the rim, no good. Rebound Morrison. Gets the outlet pass down to Stout. Stout. And the ball belongs to the Polar Bears under their basket. Barker to get it in. Barker sends it out on the right wing. Comes back to Barker in the left corner. Top of the key, Johnson. Johnson penetrates, goes all the way in for the basket, and he lays it in. Damani Johnson gets the basket, and he scores just his 4th point in his varsity career. Colts have the ball now. Humphreys. Pass knocked down. 77-25, Fairmont leads. Barker with it around a screen by Morrison. Gets a 3, puts it up off the front of the rim. Rebound, Cooper. Outlet to Johnson. Or to Wilson, rather. Gets it down to Barker. Barker dribbles in, feeds it left wing Johnson. Top of the key, Wilson. Chris drives to the basket, goes for the shot. Blocked, off Wilson, out to Philip Barber. Sub into the game now for the Polar Bears. Landon Morris checks into the game, and Wilson checks out with 4:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Landon Morris, a freshman, 5'10", 150-pounder. So the Polar Bears, 5 reserves in the game, leading big, 77-25, almost halfway through the fourth quarter. Oval with it on the right wing. Oval, lob down inside. Scola gets it. Scola stops on the right wing, just scoops it up right-handed, no good. But a rebound follows, spins in and out, no good. Rebound loose, controlled by Cooper. He gets it to Barker in the front court. Bounce pass, beautiful to Morris, and he misses the layup. And the rebound controlled by the Colts, Morrison. Gets it out now to Humphreys, and he'll dribble up from left to right. Scola with the ball into the right corner now. 3-point shot deep in the corner is good by Clint Oval. Oval hits it. Fairmont has a 77-28 lead, and Barker dribbles in, gets it back to Morris. Morris penetrates a floater from 5, rolls off the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by the Colts Morrison, and he gets it out to Humphreys. Humphreys in the front court, deep right corner pass. 3-point shot put up off the rim, no good. And the rebound controlled by Cooper. His pass overplayed, stolen by Stout, and he lays it in. Talon Stout gets the basket after the Polar Bear turnover at 77-30. Morrison to the right wing, puts it up off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by the Colts Humphreys. Humphreys will send a one-hand pass into the front court to Scola. Saves it for Oval. He drives inside, shovels it to Stout. Can't get off the shot, gets it back outside to Humphreys for a long 3. It's good. Caden Humphreys gets his second 3 of the night. Fairmont 77, Philip Barbour 33. Barker, top of the key. Right wing to Cooper. Cooper over to Blasher. Blasher, right wing to Morris. Morris hits Johnson, top of the key. Swings it over to Barker on the left wing. Top of the key, Blasher. He'll fire a 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by the Colts. Out of the with it is Scola. Scola passes up, and timeout called just to get subs into the game. They didn't call a timeout, but Todd Mullinex, the official, called the timeout just to let the subs in. Colts have the ball out of bounds, sidelines, front court. 3-point shot by Humphreys is no good. Cooper gets the rebound. Into the front court, pass intended for Barker, knocked out of bounds. East Fairmont now leading Grafton 35-28 at the end of the third quarter. Bees up by 7. Humphreys with the ball, or Barker with the ball. Left corner, Blasher. His shot no good. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Humphreys for the Colts. He'll bring it into the front court from left to right with 1:45 to go. Polar Bears 77, Philip Barbour 33. Bowling penetrates. Gets some separation, puts one up off the glass, no good. Barker rebounds, outlet to Johnson. Damani driving for the basket against Poling, lays it up, no good. Rebound, Colts, Humphreys. Humphreys one-hands a pass into the front court. Scola right corner. Scola against Blasher. Holds it high over his head, gets it back now to Webster on the wing. Webster stops, 18 feet out, it's good. Patrick Webster's the leading scorer tonight for the Colts, and Fairmont's lead is 77-35. Into the front court is Barker. Barker sends it to Blasher. Inside minute to go. Blasher gets it to Barker down to the baseline. Gets it to Morris. He puts one up from 5. Air ball. Rebound controlled by the Colts. Bounce pass comes to Scola. Scola drives in, puts it up, no good. Rebound saved by Oval. Picked up by Scola with 44 seconds to go. His 12-foot shot no good. Rebound Cooper with 40 seconds left. Cooper dribbles it up. Left wing Barker, left corner Johnson. Johnson back to Barker. He'll fire a 3-point shot. It's off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Colts. They have the basketball with 25 seconds to go. Scola on the right wing. Back outside to Oval, 20 seconds to go. Oval looks inside, gets it to Scola. Scola in front of the basket, puts it up, no good. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Cooper with 10 seconds to go. Into the front court to Johnson. Johnson will dribble it out and get it over to Barker. And the Polar Bears have the first round sectional championship, have won the first round game here at the Fairmont Senior Fieldhouse. The score, the Fairmont Polar Bears 77 and the Philip Barbour Colts 35 here on Fun 93.1. Yeah, very easy. I may need 2.5.